In the annals of human history, there have been countless moments that have left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness, evoking fear, terror, and profound unease. From ancient times to the modern era, various events have shaken societies to their core, reminding us of the fragile nature of human existence and the potential for darkness that lurks in the shadows of our past. Here are 10 of the scariest moments in history. The Black Death. In the mid-14th century, the invisible and merciless Black Death emerged from Asia, sweeping through Europe, Asia, and Africa, leaving devastation in its wake. The outbreak began in 1347 when a Genoese trading ship docked in Messina, Sicily, carrying rats and fleas infected with the deadly Yersinia pestis bacterium. Within days, the bubonic plague spread like wildfire, catching victims and authorities unprepared for the impending horror. The Salem witch trials. In the early colonial days of America, in the Puritan settlement of Salem Village, Massachusetts, a sinister hysteria took root, leading to one of the most notorious chapters in American history, the Salem witch trials. The year was 1692, and a wave of fear and paranoia would grip the tight-knit community, culminating in a horrifying display of mass hysteria and the persecution of innocent lives. The events began when a group of young girls, led by Betty Paris and Abigail Williams, exhibited strange and inexplicable behaviors. They contorted in fits, spoke in incomprehensible tongues, and accused various women in the village of bewitching them. Fueled by religious fervor and superstition, rumors of witchcraft spread like wildfire, and the accused were branded as agents of the devil. The Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition, established in 1478 by Catholic monarchs Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile, was initially meant to consolidate religious and political power. However, it evolved into a brutal campaign to suppress heresy and dissent, aiming to maintain Catholic orthodoxy in Spain. At the heart of the Spanish Inquisition was the belief that Spain needed to be a bastion of Catholic orthodoxy, free from any influences that might undermine the religious unity of the kingdom. The Holocaust. The Holocaust stands as one of the darkest and most horrifying episodes in human history, forever etching its indelible mark on the collective conscience of humanity. Orchestrated by Adolf Hitler's Nazi regime during World War II, this systematic genocide aimed to exterminate millions of Jews and other minority groups deemed undesirable by the Nazis, leaving a trail of unimaginable suffering and devastation. The roots of the Holocaust can be traced back to the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany during the 1930s. Hitler's virulent anti-Semitic ideology, coupled with a deep-seated desire for territorial expansion and a vision of racial purity, laid the foundation for the systematic persecution and ultimate annihilation of Jews and other targeted groups. The Chernobyl disaster. On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed one of the most severe nuclear accidents in history, the Chernobyl disaster. Occurring at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Pripyat, Ukraine, it sent shockwaves across the globe, exposing the catastrophic consequences of nuclear technology gone awry. During a late-night safety test in reactor No. 4, a sudden surge in power caused a steam explosion, rupturing the reactor's containment vessel and releasing a massive amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere, causing widespread devastation. The Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis occurred in October 1962 during the Cold War. It brought the world close to nuclear war when the U.S. discovered Soviet nuclear missiles in Cuba. Tense negotiations between President Kennedy and Premier Khrushchev led to a resolution, with the Soviets removing the missiles in exchange for a U.S. promise not to invade Cuba and secretly remove U.S. missiles from Turkey. The crisis prompted arms control efforts and the establishment of the hotline for direct communication between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. 9/11 terrorist attacks. The 9/11 terrorist attacks occurred on September 11, 2001, when 19 al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airplanes. They crashed 2 planes into the World Trade Center in New York City, causing the towers to collapse and killing nearly 3,000 people. Another plane hit the Pentagon in Virginia, and the 4th crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers bravely resisted the hijackers. The attacks led to significant changes in global security policies, the war on terror, and enhanced airport security measures. 9/11 remains a somber reminder of the devastating impact of terrorism on a global scale. The Rwandan Genocide. The Rwandan Genocide occurred in 1994 when extremist Hutu factions targeted the Tutsi minority. In about 100 days, an estimated 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus were brutally killed. The international response was slow, and the genocide ended when Tutsi-led rebels gained control. Rwanda's recovery involved justice initiatives and reconciliation efforts. The genocide remains a tragic reminder of the consequences of ethnic hatred and the need for global vigilance against mass atrocities. The Great Plague of London. The Great Plague of London struck between 1665 and 1666, devastating the city with a deadly outbreak of bubonic plague. The disease, transmitted by fleas infesting black rats, claimed tens of thousands of lives. Fear and panic gripped London, leading to quarantine measures and an exodus of some residents. The outbreak prompted debates on public health and sanitation, with lasting impacts on the city's infrastructure. The Great Plague remains a cautionary tale of the devastating consequences of unchecked epidemics. The Tunguska Event. The Tunguska Event occurred on June 30, 1908 in Siberia. It involved a massive explosion in the sky, believed to be caused by the airburst of a small comet or asteroid. The impact flattened 770 square miles of wilderness, felling 80 million trees. Despite the immense energy release, there were no human casualties due to the event's remote location. The Tunguska Event remains a significant topic of interest for scientists studying impact events and planetary defense strategies. The stories of these frightening moments remind us of the importance of empathy and understanding, fostering a world where such atrocities are not repeated. As we navigate the complexities of the present and envision a brighter tomorrow, we must remain vigilant, united, and committed to preventing history's darkest chapters from repeating themselves.